Okay, so I think before the application process does cost a bit. You have to take your GMAT exam, which is roughly about $250, and then you have to apply. The application fee is non-refundable, and that's about $250. So beyond those are your initial costs, and then if you have an interview, there's the option to do it by Skype, do it remotely, or to travel to select locations. I think the closest might be London to go for your interview. But the thing is, once you do get admission, most top business schools will provide some sort of financial aid for you to get in. They may be loans, and they're usually high interest loans, but no one ever says, oh, I couldn't go to business school this year because I couldn't afford it. The only way you couldn't afford it was because you didn't want to take a loan or apply for a fellowship. So most of the students at Harvard are on some, so no one can really afford. The tuition alone is, the total cost for the 2 years is about over $100,000. So most young people under 30 cannot afford that investment, and so you usually need some sort of financial support from.
So in terms of the financial support coming from 7UP then, what kind of investment would you say this is for young people in Nigeria?
For us, what I experienced with Mason so far, because the scholarship covers tuition, boarding, and transportation, flight to and coming back. And I experienced so far with, in fact, you can't put a figure to it because as the invoices call, you just settle. What we have settled so far in have maybe it's between us. They don't send you an invoice once. They keep sending.
Yes.
Today it is about
so
housing.
You become daddy.
Something like that.
Daddy, more money.
Yes, you want to have children, you have that. That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, Mr. What do you intend to do when you finish?
I want to transition into the education space. I came from a management consulting background, have done some policy work, and this summer, for example, I'm working with a company called the Bridge International Academies, and we build low-cost primary schools for $4 a month tuition across Kenya. We have 25,000 children in our schools, and we're trying to come into the Nigeria market, so that's what I'm working on. So hopefully do something along those lines in the future.
And Jimmy, you're just about to go in, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you've got 2 years to think about what you want to do when you come back.
Correct.
Have you thought about that yet?
I have actually. I mentioned earlier I've worked in a variety of finance roles within the energy industry. So mine is not really a sort of career change as such. I'm not, I'd like to come back into the same industry, but move from a finance role into a general management role. So the MBA for me is more to expand my skills beyond finance skills to include operations and different aspects of general management.
Mr. Mokikan, in closing, people are always very wary of freebies because we all believe that there is no free lunch. Now, okay, tell us that this is free lunch. We want to hear it from you.
Right.
No strings attached.
I've
No
heard
strings
it so
attached.
often that there's no free lunch. For once, there's an exception. This scholarship is without strings whatsoever of any nature. You go in there, finish your academic for 2 years.
Bye-bye.
If you feel like, come back to Nigeria. If you don't feel like coming back to Nigeria, feel free. We have examples of people who finished from Harvard, from Stanford, from wherever. They stayed back, worked for years before we brought them back, made them ministers, made them director generals of various parastatals. These are part of the project we are looking at. You don't have to come back to work for 7UP. Not at all. You don't owe us that. This is what we are committed to because we are passionately in tune with this whole concept of leadership. We are very passionate about it. Okay. Whatever we can do to promote that, we will do it. And that's exactly what we are doing through this project.
Okay, Jimmy is a 2012 recipient.
Correct.
When is the 2013 going to open for those who might be interested out there watching today?
Okay, just as they have explained, the admission process starts September.
Okay.
And the first set of admissions will come out in March, and that set will come out in May. And then I think the last set May is the last set. Okay, once you have this, just forward your admission letters to us, and then we start the process.
Okay. Well, so if you're interested out there, you've been told how to be part of this free lunch, and there aren't too many free lunches around, I promise you.
Yes.
It's just left for us to thank 7UP for this scholarship scheme, which has absolutely no strings attached.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Femi Mokikan is the Executive Director, Human Resources, over at 7UP Bottling Company, PLC. And 2011 recipient, Miss Misa Rawane. And 2012 recipient, Mr. Olujimi Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sunrise will return momentarily with yet another interesting subject. Please stay with us.